Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Alexandra. I'm really glad to be back today on my YouTube channel with a new kit for a fashion and kind of sewing themed mini book. And here it is. I, on purpose, have two of the previous mini books here as well. I missed the Christmas themed one and the interactive tag album, but I do have two of these so that you could see the new kit in the relation to the previous ones in terms of size. They are the same, so the measurements will be the same. I will put the two previous books aside so that we could concentrate on the new mini book here. It is called the Antique Fashions, and although it incorporates some of the elements which are related to sewing theme, I still decided to call it Antique Fashions. This album is my prototype, and I printed it on very plain papers. That's why the colors in this album might look a little bit faded, because usually I print on another kind of paper, and I will also mention that in a few moments. I have also changed some of the elements in the actual kit that you will be able to purchase and download from my Etsy store, but I will talk about it as well as we flip through the pages. The size of this mini book is the same as of the previous ones. If you worked with me on them and you have some of them already completed, but if you are new to my channel and if this will be your first project that you are going to work on together with me, I will mention the size for you guys. The cover measures 4 inches and 5/8, and then the height or the length of it is 6 and 5/8. The spine is about 2.5 inches, more or less. Each one of the 5 pages is a pocket style page, and it has a card inside of it, as well as various pockets and tuck spots and frames on both sides of each one of those 5 pages. So let me show you the front cover. That's how it looks like. The spine has been covered with cotton or muslin fabric of the ivory color, so that you can stamp something on top of it and personalize your album a little bit so that not all of them look the same. Then this is the back cover. Here is the place for you to put your name if you want to, or maybe a date when your mini book was completed. Now, the cover is mostly flat, and I have only added some of the metal pads here and there to make it look more interesting. Then in the back, I don't have anything added. It's flat and plain. For the stamps, I have used some of the stamps from Creative Expressions and TaylorMade Journals. They have a lot in the series which is dedicated to fashion and sewing. I will list here so that you could have a look at some of them if you want to. Just find them online or in your favorite stores. Now let's get into the flip through. I will zoom you in just a little bit. I think this is better. Let's open the mini book and have a look at what we have here. So on the inside of the front cover, I have various cards and 2 pockets. On each one of the pockets, I have a few smaller cards clipped with the help of the paper clip. And here is another one. Both of them are double-sided. You can stamp something else in the back of each one of them. Then on this pocket here, I tried to create an effect of some lace or doily, which is stitched around the edge. So if you want to leave it like that, go ahead, or you can just add another layer of trim beneath this layer and stitch it down. Just an idea, you know. Then we have two of the slides with the fashion plates in them. This is how the back looks like. Again, just to make it possible for you to stamp additional things in the back of each one of those slides. Then here is a faux button gauge that I have created based on another image that I found online. So it's not really the actual size of $1 or a quarter, but you know, still it's fun to look at. Then here we have another double-sided card that will go into this pocket. And the last card, which is being held in the pockets on the inside of the front cover, is this button card. This is how the back looks like. And the buttons are actually made solely out of paper, a few layers of paper, and then they're covered with glossy accents for that shiny look. And I also used a thread to stitch them to the top layer of the card. So it's basically folded in two, and the threads are being hidden between the paper layers, which I think makes it very cool. There is also another card like this in the kit that you can use for attaching some real buttons, and I will show this to you later as well. So you can have a really cool button card in this mini book of yours. Okay, so this is the first page. It has a little horizontal pocket here in the top of the flap, and a little tag is hidden there. Then there is like a little paper charm attached to the side of the tag. Then this flap opens up and reveals a few pockets, and each one of those slit pockets, I would say, holds some nice and fun ephemera pieces like this measuring tape and some advertisements with the shirts, and all of them are, all the shirts at least, are double-sided. Okay, this one is my prototype. I remind you, that's why it's not matching in the back, but yours will be perfect. I'm just showing you what the backs of each one of those shirts say. Then we have this very cute spool that has actual thread on it, and we will wrap the thread around the spool together. Then I think I already showed you the measuring tape, and this is just a card. And here we have an advertisement of the gloves, and this thing is also double-sided, and this is how it looks. So each one of those pockets will hold these fun ephemera elements, and they are really easy to create, and I hope you will enjoy making them together with me as we work on this mini book. I'll put everything back. Here we have like a closure that the flap can be tucked behind. Then each one of the pages, I remind you, is a pocket and holds a card. On the cards, I decided to include some patents which are related to fashion and sewing. Some weird and cool images on those patents. Now the back or the reverse side of the first page looks like this. Here we have some sewing patterns and some labels. And then in the slot here, we have a little mini journal. Each one of the mini journals pages in general, not only this, but all the other mini journals that this mini book has, is embellished. And there are plenty of fussy cut elements in the kit for you to use for embellishing your mini journals as well. Or you can leave them plain as you wish. We've got to the second page of our mini book that also has a few pockets. So this is how the base page looks like. We have a curved pocket right here and another horizontal pocket in the very bottom of the page. The smaller pocket holds this card with an advertisement of the Singer sewing machine. That's the back. And then I have also included a few more of those spools with some real thread, and they all will go back into that tiny pocket. Now the curved pocket holds a card that looks like this, again double-sided, and I think in the actual kit your tab will look different because I didn't like the design of this one eventually and decided to change it to another style. Then you will have an envelope. I always include envelopes in my mini book digital kits because I think it's very convenient to store some of the leftover fussy cut elements in them. Here I have a few Victorian era gentlemen inside the envelope. I think I forgot to use them on the pages of the little notebooks, but it's fine. And here we have the needle book. Well, almost a needle book. This is how the inside looks like. These are, of course, not real needles, but maybe you can play with it and actually add some needles inside as well. So this book is double-sided and looks like a real one. And I didn't use any dies for cutting out the shape. It's just by using scissors and the digital shape that you have in the kit. We're going to work on this together when the time comes. Now the second page also holds a card with some more pictures of antique patents on it. Then we will flip the second page, and on its reverse side we have another first of all, that's how the background looks like. There is a pocket with a see-through window, and that's the card that is stored inside the pocket. I think that design on this side of the card will be different in your kit. My prototype looks like this. The tab will also be of another shape. So when you put the card inside the pocket, one of the images coincides with the shape of the see-through window. And this is just another advertising card from a Victorian era. The third page includes an envelope, and this is how it looks like. Now, on top of the envelope, we have a vertical pocket with a see-through opening, and that's the image that can be seen through that opening. And on the tag, we have more images that will match the opening, no matter what side you want to be at the top. We have a string closure, and inside the envelope, we have, first of all, another little notebook for projects and ideas. This is how it looks. The pages are embellished. And then we have another spool with some real thread that we're going to create together. And I decided just to clip it to the front cover of the notebook, the booklet, however you want to call it. Now I will close it back, and we will look at the card which is inside. That's how it looks like. More weird and fun images of patents on this one as well. Now the reverse side of the third page has another booklet on it, and also a frame for a card. The card is double-sided. These are the images, and there is another image that you can see through that opening in the frame itself. So the card goes back in there, and this is how the cover of the booklet looks like. And again, the pages can be embellished with the leftover fussy cut elements that you can find in the kit. This fourth page, in your case, will be different from mine. You will not have the sliding frame because I decided not to go with it. I created mine, and then I was using it and testing it, and decided that it is not reliable and not stable and can cause quite a lot of problems while making it. So I decided against this option. What you will have in your kit is the same pocket with the 3 openings and the tag inside, and then the pocket will be moved a little bit to the right hand side, and in the slot on the left hand side you will have another booklet tucked in. This is how the cover of that booklet will look like. The tag will look like this, with some patterns of embroidery in the back and some beautiful flowers in the front of it. And here are some really fun images that you will be able to see through the openings on the pocket. Then this is the card which is inside. And on the reverse side of this fourth page, we have 2 pockets. Let me show them to you. In your version of the kit, you will have some really nice images with the Victorian era ladies peeking through the openings in the pockets, but then each one of the pockets will have a double-sided tag in it and a little element that includes a doily and some faux buttons card. And both of these are just stapled together, and I put them inside the pockets like this. And that's another double-sided tag and another button card with a doily. Okay, let me return the tag into the pocket. And we are now at the page number 5. On this page, we will have another little booklet. And this is how I embellished it. This is how the back of the booklet cover looks like, and the front. And then we have a pocket with a see-through opening at the bottom. And then the pocket holds 2 additional specimen slides with fashion plates. And as usual, you can stamp whatever you like in the back. Then this is the card, which is inside this pocket page. And then we are almost done with the overview. The reverse side of the 5th page looks like this. And in your kit, it will also look just a little bit different, but still great. There is a card with the images of these beautiful, fashionable ladies on both sides. Then here we have a word fashion. I really like how it matches the curve of the pocket. Then in the pocket on top, we have a tag with these gentlemen. And then in your kits, you will actually see this image through the opening in the pocket and not the image of the ladies, which you have on the card. So in my prototype, I made a little mistake with figuring out what will and will not be visible. Okay, so that's the 5th page. And then on the inside of the back cover, we have a folder with some flaps that we are going to embellish using the fussy cut elements from the kit. So these are all glued down on top, and you can decide maybe you want to use them differently or have some other images here. So you will have the flaps without the images in your kit. This is how I decided to embellish mine. Then you have 2 more flaps that open to the sides, and there are more images that I have added here. And we have some leftover cut apart pieces. Then we have another advertising card of the Clark's thread, an antique one. And then we have a little pocket with a string closure for you to store some other labels or elements in there, if any will be left once you're done with this project. And there is also that button card that I have told you about. And on this one, I have just attached some real buttons, and the back is hidden. So all the threads are glued between the paper layers of the card. And I like how clean and neat it looks. So these are the pages of the album. I hope you like it. I hope I inspired you to create a mini book of your own with these images. We will work on this project together, and there will be a series of tutorials. Probably for each one of the pages, there will be a part of the video. Eventually, we will create the cover and the binding for our mini book as well. I'm going to guide you through all that process. Now, the kit is huge, really. For me, it's huge. It includes 41 pages, and here I printed all of them. It will take you some time to print the kit out, so maybe start ahead of time if you do plan to work with me on it. The things that I wanted to tell you and mention before you print everything out: first of all, you will have the digitals in the version of the JPEGs and a PDF. So if you print a PDF, please print it in the actual size. Do not alter the measurements, and also print everything, all of the pages in that actual size. The pages were designed to fit the letter size paper, the US letter size paper, which is 8.5 by 11 inches. If you are from Europe, guys, and you use the A4 paper for printing, unfortunately, I do not provide that format, so you will have to be there on your own. You can try and print without resizing, or you can maybe get away with reducing the size of the printables so that everything can fit the printed area. But once again, just test it before. I cannot provide support for it because I do not have the A4 size paper, and my printers here work with the letter size paper. Please remember that if you do reduce the size of the printables, please make sure that you print all of the 41 pages of the kit the same way so that the proportions stay the same and you can complete this project without problems. Now, I can already foresee some of the questions regarding the paper that I use. In my previous tutorials, I have already mentioned it, but since we might have new people joining in, I will show the paper that I use for printing once again. I like to use the Astro Brights paper brand cardstock of the cream color. Oh, let me find, I think it doesn't say, or it may say, but I just don't see it. Well, it's called Milky Way, right? That's the color. Well, okay, nice to know. And it works good with both laser printers and inkjet printers. This is the weight of the paper, and the paper pack that I have here includes 50 pages. One more thing, when I print my pages, the size of this element, for example, that will go on the front cover of our mini book will measure 4 3/8 by 6 3/8. Here is the focus. You will have to measure the size of your page or this element when you print everything out. And as we work on our mini book, I will tell you where you have to pay attention at those measurements and change them accordingly if they are different from mine. So I think that here I have a little company. Chloe, I don't know. It needs to rain, so I think she might be a little bit scared. Chloe, let me. Oh, no, she doesn't want. She doesn't want to stay here. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so here is how she stayed with me here. Only a tail is visible. Okay, so guys, in terms of the tools that we're going to use, everything is very simple. I usually use a ruler and a craft knife for cutting out the most parts of the kit. You are welcome to use your paper trimmers if that's your choice. And then, of course, the rest of the elements will be fussy cut using just some plain scissors. Then I will use some acetate for adding it behind the openings and frames on some pages. Then for creating the spine and wrapping the covers of the mini book, you are going to use some cotton or muslin fabric, preferably of a muted color. I use the ivory one. Then, of course, we are going to use some circle punches as before for creating the openings, as well as corner rounders for rounding the corners of some cards and tags. We're going to use stamps. We are going to use glue stick for adhering the fabric to the chipboard cover of the mini book. So we're also going to need some chipboard there. We are, of course, going to use some wet glue, maybe some fabric glue if you want to. And what else? I think that is all. So if I missed anything, I hope to get back to more details in the next part of the video. The links to the kit and the link to the playlist that I will gradually update as we work on this project together will be found in the description box down below. So just click on more in order to reveal more information there. And yeah, I really hope that you will join me, and I really hope that you like the theme and this mini book. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments below, and I will try to do my best and get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, I will see you again in the next part of the video that will follow in a few more days. Thank you so much, and talk to you soon. Bye.